And you are green.
All right, here we go. Well, hello, guys. It is Jara here, and this is our first installment in what is going to be the concert series here at Coog Radio. And today I'm here with this wonderful Houston band called Eyes Wide Shut. Go ahead and say hi, guys.
Woo! What's up, guys?
Yeah.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Period. Eyes Wide Shut. Okay, so I'm just going to have you guys one by one introduce yourselves, say the instrument you play. Just go ahead and get started.
My name is Louis, and I play bass.
My name is Joe. I play drums.
I'm Ryan. I play the guitar.
My name is Isaiah, and I play guitar sometimes, and I sing for the group.
Well, sounds awesome. It's so good to meet you guys here today. And I'm just going to go ahead and jump right in with my little questions I have prepared. So right off the bat, I'm going to ask, how did you guys get started as a band?
Okay. Well, mostly these guys were already a group looking for a singer, and I was looking for a band, and so we fit like Lego.
You guys kind of found each other.
And the first thing I wanted to do since I joined these like awesome ass guys was like do a show. Mm-hmm. I set up a show in my backyard. No one wanted to help us out with it, and so from there we invited some bands in my backyard, and it hit off pretty good.
Okay, that sounds absolutely awesome. I know Joshua here met you guys in Galveston, right, at a, what do you call it, generator party, right? Generator show, my bad.
Yeah, shout out to Kev. He helped us out with the generator.
Yeah, very exciting. Even before that, if we're taking it back in time a little bit, how did you guys all get started as a musician? You guys can answer this individually, of course, unless you're like all psychic or know each other's like history.
Well, for me, I actually started playing bass when I was 12. I got my first bass when I was 11, and I started taking lessons at 12. I took lessons for about 4 years, and I started doing my own thing. I've been playing bass for about 10 years now.
Wow. Oh, well, it definitely shows. You were doing a great job earlier.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, so mine's a funny story. When I was probably 13 or 14. For anybody that remembers this movie called Hop, the Easter Bunny used to play drums.
I remember that movie.
That's the only reason I saw him playing Anthem by Good Charlotte. And since I was a huge fan of Good Charlotte at that time, I saw that and I just I got to get a drum. And ever since, I've been playing since I was around 14.
It was like fate, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I started playing when I was like 13. I took lessons for a little bit, but then I was like, I don't know, this reading sheet music kind of sucks. So I kind of taught myself. And then ever since I was a kid, I've always just wanted to, be a rock star and play in a band,
Yeah, very cool.
For me, I remember my mom got me a guitar like at the pawn shop, and from there I've just been like watching YouTube videos on how to learn. And I'm really self-taught, not that good. I wouldn't say as a guitarist, but I still rock out when we play. So
yeah, that's the most important thing. You gotta have the spirit, Yeah. I mean, I'm not a rock star in any capacity, but I'm guessing that's how it goes. And what do you guys wish you knew when you were kind of just getting started as a band?
The thing that I wish that I knew is like when you're first trying to get into music, you think that if you just record one song, you don't make any connects, you don't go to any shows, that you're gonna make it like that from just social media. You could if you're lucky, but I think the best way to make it is to go out and meet people in the industry, do the same things you do, local shows, and make friends from there.
Yeah, make some connections.
I think I wish that's something that I knew personally. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like that totally makes sense. I feel like a lot of the big stars you hear about, they got so lucky it happened overnight. It's that's not maybe the most effective way to go about things.
Definitely.
Yeah. I wish I knew I guess people's true intentions, you know what I mean? Because once you're in the band, you really don't know how the person really is until down the line, and then you just end up wasting time.
Yeah. Like clout chasers or whatever.
Yeah, or people with bad attitudes.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
You clash heads on certain ideas, before you make a solid band.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, that totally makes sense.
All right.
All right, we're good on that question. Awesome. So also, these are all kind of technical questions, I know, because we're trying to inspire new Houston artists and stuff. But so how do you guys this is a question I've always had for artists. How do you go about booking gigs? How does that even work?
Okay, so the first thing we did is we did it ourselves. That's the thing that people like seeing.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I guess you put the effort and. Like I said, the Galveston show that he went to, and also the show in my house, we just invited bands, also just bands that we knew.
Yeah.
And we made our own songs. We did our stuff ourselves. It was just really do it yourself.
Yeah.
And when it comes to gigs, I think people start seeing what you do, And then and then that's when the invites start coming in. At least for us, maybe it's different for someone else, but that's how we like start popping off a little bit.
You gotta grab people's attention.
It's about like integrating into the scene.
Yeah.
And having other people, know you.
Put yourself out there, basically. Put yourself out there.
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Network.
So you guys, that was the first gig y'all ever played all together as a band?
Yeah.
That backyard one?
Yeah.
Well, that covers that question. Check. Wonderful. And then again, kind of going along this theme of like being a new band, like how do you guys have any like words of encouragement or anything for new bands, new artists who are like, kind of
practice.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, one of the things was when we first started playing was you gotta not be afraid of make a fool of yourself. Just go ahead and go out there. If you make a fool of yourself, that's totally fine. Our first, I wouldn't say our first 4 shows, we kind of did clown ourselves, but then you learn. You learn, and then like you get better, and it just takes off from there. So don't be afraid to like make a clown out of yourself.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere, of course.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Okay, I've got a couple kind of shifting gears now, more about your band itself, how you guys work as a group, et cetera, et cetera. So how would you describe your like music style to someone who's never heard you guys play before?
I say like Wiz Khalifa mixed with Drake.
Fun.
Okay, now I'm playing. Honestly, when someone always asks me that question, I never know what to say. I just say like, you just gotta listen to it. I don't know, like alternative rock maybe, because
Come to our show.
We're all inspired by different.
Yeah, that's a good answer. That's a really good answer.
Just listen to Ryan.
Yeah.
Pretty much that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, I don't know if I would go with Wiz Khalifa Drake mashup, but from hearing a little snippet of you guys, but yeah, I mean, y'all are obviously all very talented, and so kind of again, what is your like dynamic as a band? Like, what do you feel when you're performing together? I mean, obviously you enjoy yourself, or you wouldn't do it.
Our energy, our energy is just like unified, and it feels like amazing, like playing with each other, and we're all playing our instruments in the same key and the same tone, and it's something that we created together, and I think that's beautiful because it's like ours,
Yeah, we kind of bounce off of each other's energy. He gives me some, I give him some more back. And
yeah. I could definitely tell watching y'all. I mean, like I don't know a ton about like the live rock scene yet. I'm trying to get into it, and that's something we're doing. I mean, everyone else here is way more advanced in that whole thing than me, but like y'all definitely like seem to function very like cohesively as a group. So it's like a very formal word, but like
that's what does it,
Yeah, no, totally.
That connection.
Because I personally haven't been in like many bands. It's like my first time.
Yeah.
And I say I'm pretty lucky because it's like one of the best bassists, the best drummer, and the best lead guitar I could ask for. So I say I'm happy. Like I got all I asked for. I just show them ideas and.
Yeah, you guys run with it. You make it work. That's great. And individually, how do you guys? Well, this is a question for like all of you individually, but how would you describe yourself as like fitting into the band's like dynamic as a whole?
I guess I can start with that. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
So usually, to better elaborate.
No, you're good. Don't even stress.
Like that?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're fine.
So to better elaborate, usually it starts with just a simple idea. Either, for example, I can make a simple beat, or I can just go on my own, just basically randomize my play style. Just do whatever I need, and then eventually they pitch in. The biggest thing is like if Ryan comes out with a cool really riff, I can add a really nice beat to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then next show that we see, you have Isaiah putting in some really killer lyrics.
Yeah, that is so awesome. Yeah. Never underestimate a good drummer, everyone.
Never.
Don't do it. Never. That's right.
Not our Joe.
Couldn't do it without
Not
him.
Joe.
Not Joe. Never did Joe.
Joey.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say I like to bring the positivity. You know what I mean? Like just like Lewis was saying, for a couple of our shows, some things didn't go too right. But it's all about looking on the bright side and helping.
Yeah, for
helping
sure.
your teammates. Like like motivation and mentally, and it's about keeping that positive energy no matter what happens.
I'm sure it could be like super like draining sometimes too, like being just like starting off and having like you said, like completely like making it yourself, and working from there. So that sounds totally reasonable.
And for me, well, the way I see it is I just write songs. I've been writing since I was in high school, even before that. So I like writing it, especially messing around my room, my guitar. And I'm lucky because all I do is get to show these guys some ideas, and they add in their own little unique shit. And I don't know if I should cut this.
You're fine. It's after 5:30, I think is the rule. 5:30 p.m. After that, you're good to go.
Yeah, my unique shit, and we ended up making some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, that's totally awesome.
And for me, I would just say I would pretty much kind of take care of the band, make sure everything's going the way it's supposed to.
He's like the daddy of the band.
I know. I was like, you sound like I would use the word glue perhaps, but daddy works too. Whatever
shout out
you need.
to Louis because he's an amazing networker.
Oh, you definitely need one of those.
Social media guy, networker, manager, all that.
He makes the shows. He talks to
I talk to whoever. Every time I go to a show, I try to talk to at least 10 people. Yeah. Try to make friends with at least 5. Try to really put our band out there. Try to make some connects every time we go anywhere.
Yeah, I mean you never know. Like one could be open a bunch of other doors for you. So for sure. What is your favorite gig you guys have played so far? I'm glad you guys seem to like this question.
I think we all have the same answer.
How's it, Jay?
How's
Brian,
it,
or
no, if you have different ones.
We can have different ones.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Where was House of J?
House of J.
Had to be.
That's what I'm saying.
Look, let me tell you, we had people hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. House of J was a really cool experience. Shout out to the Bozos because they set up the whole show.
And House of J.
And they invited us and the people who set up the stuff in their own garage
Oh my! People can get real creative with stuff. I know.
It was fun. It was like a nice little small spot, and it was cool. People were crazy.
Got some really nice pictures. I got on top of my amp, started jumping. The crowd was loving it.
Yeah.
Jumping up and down. It was the energy was just
hot and
great.
sweaty.
Yeah, that's the only way to be, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
You have the same answer?
And actually, I was gonna say White Swan.
Oh.
Which one? Which one though?
That was a good one.
White
Swan was a good
White
one.
Swan.
Yeah.
Because the best part is you have. I would say how many people were in there?
At least 150.
I was gonna say it's a good amount, to where it's crowded. You can't even walk in there.
Yeah.
You have the machine. I couldn't see more than 3 feet in front of me because of all the smoke, all the sweat. But by the time you're done, and the only thing I saw is just the hands and heads hitting onto the side of the stage.
Oh my
of the mosh
gosh!
pit.
Yeah, it sounds like a mosh pit for sure.
It looked like a freaking old style cartoon. You just see a pile of smoke and hands and heads coming out every so often.
Yeah.
So that was one of the best things. And then at the end, when they start chanting, they're just hyped over what you can
that
create.
sounds
That's
so
the
sick.
best thing. It was like being high.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Definitely. You gotta judge it off of the energy of the crowd, but personally, I think House of J, we had it, that was beautiful.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, we all know you're a Houston-based band, so I'm kind of curious to know. I'm sure they're gonna be positive, but what are your guys' thoughts on the Houston music scene?
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I feel like there's not that many bands right now, honestly.
Really?
At least me. Yeah, I feel like there should be more. There should be more, and that's why we're here. We want.
I know. I was
you could fit it on a list. Honestly.
Or the bands that are out there don't seem to want to really put themselves out there, or they're scared or something. I don't know. But I'm here telling them just come out, bro. Throw a show in your backyard. Just keep going.
Yeah, we're gonna change it. We're gonna get people out of their shells for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, I feel like if more people got out and actually tried a little bit, there'd be it'd probably be like Cali or something, a bunch of young kids doing all. Because the people who do want to play, it's just really hard, where this and that. It's a lot of stuff that comes.
That's one of the biggest obstacles we have too, is trying to find a place to play. So I guess that's also one of the reasons why people don't throw shows as well.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a tricky situation, especially if it's if you don't have a house or a garage or whatever. It's just logistically it probably would be a little challenging.
I'll throw one in my house, but last time they left my toilet blown.
Oh, that would not have been fun. That would have been so sad.
Yeah, I was
punk restroom.
Hell no.
Oh my gosh.
My mom made me clean it.
Oh my gosh, that's actually so funny. Do y'all have any Houston? Well, other than yourselves, obviously, but do you have any favorite Houston-based artists?
SPM.
Little shout out moment.
A little shout out. I'd say
other bands, you mean?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fusca.
I'd say other local bands in Houston from Houston.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd say Cherry Mom. She's helped us out a lot.
That Joshua was telling me about.
She's a good friend of ours. We always support them and they support us. Another band I'd say.
Oh, they're actually opening for Beach Goons October 1st.
Yeah, I don't know when this comes out, but hopefully before October 1st, because you gotta go to that show.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely see. But it's live right now, also on the website.
If it's live, all right. If you're hearing, go to the Satellite Bar October 1st. Cool show.
Yeah, Satellite Bar. I've got a couple. We're trying to.
Any local bands? Any local? Mm-hmm.
Favorite out of.
You like the Bozos?
The Bulls are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're probably
the coolest band I've met. Okay. Because I share mine.
Very cool.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Very exciting. And what are your favorite venues to play? I love it. Oh, sparking some thought with you guys. It's let me debate this really quick.
I'm gonna judge them afterwards.
Honestly, it's really hard. We have not played that much venues. We usually just play at houses, random stuff. But I guess counting everything as a venue, I'd say it's a struggle between House of J and the White Swan.
Yeah.
And we haven't played that much.
And the main reason why we love playing there is because they're really like flexible and they're really open as to what you can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, that's what you need.
There's
There's a
not
rock
a lot
band.
of rules, you know?
Yeah,
That's why it's fun.
Yeah. That does
House
make
of
it fun.
J. House of J.
For sure.
Just because of the no rules, like you can hang off of the ceiling, like.
Yeah. Very exciting. All right, and final questions for you guys. Is there anything specific with you guys that we should be like keeping an eye out for, like any performances coming up, or perhaps any new releases?
Okay, well, speaking about releases.
Oh, here we go.
We have an actual new song that's already recorded. It's already done. We're just, hyping it up a little bit. This is a good little spot. We might release it October, right? October. It's a new song called Still Can't Pray.
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye out for it on our socials, Eyes Wide Shut at...
It'll be on Spotify, iTunes, Bandcamp, SoundCloud,
That sounds
awesome.
YouTube, pretty much any type of social media you can think of.
Yeah.
And OnlyFans, of course.
Yeah.
Absolute necessity.
The backup.
I mean, I'm a Spotify person, personally.
Spotify? All right, then keep an eye out for it.
Yeah,
You might like it.
No, I definitely will, for sure.
Okay.
That is all the questions I have for you guys, but it was so great talking to you. I'm so excited to watch this performance you guys are going to throw for us really quick, and yeah, it was so great talking to you guys. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
You.
Yeah, of course. All right. And that is Coog Radio and Eyes Wide Shut out.
Hell yeah.
That song was called Brokeback Skater Dudes. This next song is called Quiet Girl. Whenever you're ready, Joe. So and pray. Here we go. I can't control myself when I'm so close to you. You know at the end of the day that I am still a fool. Me pongo en tristeza cuando estoy sin ti. Te compraré algo, but I'm still here for free. But I'm telling the pain, and I still can't play. My brain is up like mud, falling on the floor. Taking my sweetest time, getting runners at the store. You and me don't think much, no we don't think at all. The sun says goodbye, you and me feeling high. Broken close our eyes, been too long to tell what's right. But I'm telling the pain, and I still can't breathe. I'm telling the pain, and I still can't breathe. I'm floating at the sea, many miles from the shore. Big chillin' on what to do. This life is such a whore. Feeling lost, nothing new. You know I never get to pick and choose. Falling on a piece of wood. No need to be understood. What I see, charming. You're all right now. Slowly riding. I can't think right now. I see, charming. You're all right now. Slowly riding. I can't think right now. Right. That's our new song, about to release and recording, hopefully October. So yeah. Alright, and this new song we wrote like in a week or two, so let's check it out. You ready, Joe? New song. Waking up and feeling sober, barely thinking why did I come, pacing back and forth until I can think, laying on the couch and turning on the answer because you're always so confused. You never tell the truth, damn baby. Can't tell her nothing new, she's crazy. Bleeding from my nose, it's coming from my brain. Cherry red like a rose, you know it's all the same. Should be and not to be, momentum only. Gone slow, wanna go and never let it show. 'Cause you never tell the truth. Can't tell her nothing through, she's crazy. You always such a bitch, damn baby. And I'm feeling low, you never wanna show. Feeling funny like maybe I need therapy. From every sun to see, you know I wanna see. Coming down from here and there so I don't wanna stay. You're always so confused. You never tell the truth, damn baby. Can't tell her now when through, she's crazy. Go son! dishes painted.
So, what can you do? You good, Joe? You need a little break or what? You good?
Bro, I can't hear what?
You good, Joe? You need a break or what? You good? All right.
What? A what? A what? What's that, gay?
Everybody's ready? All right, Joe.
Hit rock bottom, last side and knees are in. Dead on the inside already. From a heart attack, yeah. She looks so hot, but she doesn't know why she does it though. She's in love, see attention. She looks so hot, but she doesn't know why she does it though. She's in love, see attention. Get by, had eyes and a wasted smile. Get by, had eyes and a wasted smile. Back on the set, back on the set, back on the set of our life, and get fucked up. She doesn't want your money. What's the ticket? Yeah. What's the ticket? Yeah. She never works so hard, but she doesn't know why she does it though. She's in love with the attention. She never works so hard, but she doesn't know why she does it though. She's in love with the attention. She's in love with your attention. She owns the house, but she doesn't know why she doesn't know. She's in love with your attention. Get by. Head eyes and a wasted smile. Get by. Head eyes and a wasted smile. Yeah.
Thank you. That was last song. Thank you for having us. Woo!
Don't tell us what to do. I'm feeling hella cool. I'm drinking alcohol and I want it all tonight. Want it all tonight. I swear shut. Dame un besito, te lo doy bien lento. Cruising on sin sentido, and I with none of feel. But I am starting to chill, falling down and staring at your legs. Cruising on with this floor, and I never gonna take it slow. Woo! Take it slow. Such a drag. Hit the gas and I won't look back. Cruising with this flow, and I never tend to take it slow. Back on top of two, just me and you. Missing that day, I'ma have my way. Tripping out of sea, what there is to see. Squeezing and baby, you don't talk to me. Back on top of two, just me and you. Missing that day, I'ma have my way. Tripping out of sea, what there is to see. Squeezing and baby, you don't talk to me. Dame un besito, que lo doy bien lento. Cruising on sin sentido, another day waiting to feel. That I am starting to trip, fall down and staring at your lips. I'm cruising with this flow, and I never tend to take it slow. Take it slow. Shit.
That's my show. Thank you, everybody. Encore. Here we go. Woo! Shout out to the Coog Radio Station for letting us play out here. You know, the debut, the first one, first band. Check it out, guys.